Okay, sorry about that. I had to stop the video, uh, part two, part two. Pretty much like I was saying, Caesar is now a slave. He's hiding as a slave, and Ricardo Montalban is being interrogated by these officials. But the actual line, I want to correct myself. The actual line was "lousy human bastards." That's what Caesar says. When he's sickened by what he's seen with the abuse of what they do with apes. Pretty much, Caesar, he's just seen, the atrocities that apes have to go through, and he's going through it himself. And Ricardo Montalban, they make him tell the truth, or they try to, and he pretty much kills himself, so he dies. So, damn it. Caesar eventually, he's sick of this crap, and he when he finds out that his only guardian he ever had in his life was killed, and he's sick of the tired of this crap, and he creates a group with the apes, and they rise up. They'll rise up, and I'm getting a text message. He's rising up. They rise up, and they pretty much take over, and they fucking just kill all the goddamn authorities. It's pretty bloody, but pretty much, Caesar has a speech at the end, like, apes will be the dominant species, and humans, they will have to learn before they will be equal to us. And pretty much that's how the movie ends, and I sort of liked it at first, but then I thought, Caesar starting this revolution was kind of rushed, and I don't know. It's just okay film. Roddy McDowall, actually, who played Cornelius in the previous film, he plays Caesar, and that was kind of cool. He did a good job, so it wasn't all that bad. But I'm kind of mixed on it. If I have to say if I recommend it or not, I guess if you're a big fan of, let's say if you saw just the first three and you really love all of them, you should definitely check it out at least. It's watchable. So and then last but not least, not to me at least, is Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and everyone hates on this one. I can understand. Yeah, the budgets for these films have gone lower and lower, and the makeup's not as good. That's pretty much my only biggest problem with the Battle for Planet of the Apes, because I thought the story was actually pretty good, and it was a pretty good way to wrap up the original series. Pretty much Caesar. Yeah, it's like a few years later. I don't know exactly how much, but Caesar, pretty much the lord of the apes, and humans are just workers. But they're not treated all that bad, but they're not equals yet. And pretty much Caesar, he has his wife and he has a son, and this gorilla asshole, Aldo, who was the original ape who first talked in the original timeline before Zera and Cornelius went back in time. He's the one who spoke and rose up against humans. So he's just an extremist pretty much. He despises humans. He just wants a war and shit. But Caesar doesn't want that, and they have to battle pretty much humans who want to kill apes. These humans want to, and they have a bomb themselves. Long story short, Aldo kills Caesar's son, because Caesar's son overheard their plans of killing Caesar and killing humans, and gorillas ruling the planet. But there's a big fight scene at the end. It's actually pretty good, and I enjoyed most of it. It's a little slow paced, but it wasn't that bad, I would say. Roddy McDowall, as Caesar, he does a good job, and it was pretty sad when his son died, and Aldo gets his comeuppance, and apes and humans finally live in peace, and things get wrapped up, and it wasn't so bad. It was a good way to end the original franchise, and uh, yeah, I'm glad it didn't end like some other franchises where it ends in a cliffhanger or it's not wrapped up and then they reboot it. But it was wrapped up 5 films. That's fine. Uh, but I guess I could say I recommend it. Only if you're a big fan of these films, or if you, let's say again, if you love the first couple ones, check it out. It's a decent film. Ain't that bad. So to wrap it up, for the most part, I like these movies. First one's great. Second one, kind of mediocre. Third one, good. Fourth, okay. Fifth, decent. So, those are my final thoughts. For the most part, solid franchise. The original franchise. So stay tuned for my thoughts on the Tim Burton version, which I will review in the next couple of days, and my thoughts on Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and the new one, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which I will review and I will watch in theaters. I'm pretty excited for that one. Check out my. I'm gonna give links to the Roundtable show, which I do Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Want to hear me and other people talk about the latest news that you could. So, pretty much, that's it. Thank you for watching, and adios.